Back to Emmanuel. Let's go back to what Ola said in Surulere. We have party agents or people that have the interest of the party waiting.
Voters waiting
for
to see their votes count at the end of the election, and also to see the sorting and the counting, which is a good development. If you wait to see the end of the election, and also to see the sorting and counting.
Quite different from what we saw in the last election, where we had people with interest, party interest, waiting. But from what I see, there's just two people.
No. Maybe the camera angle did not give us orders.
Okay.
Because these are some people that is being curious to see what exactly these people are waiting for. And you have the woman there saying, "I'm waiting to see the end of the election, the sorting and the counting," which it's your right. When you have gone out to cast your vote, you have that right to wait to see the outcome of that election. That's when you can come out and say, "Yes, I have done the needful. I have delivered my own polling unit to whoever political party that you are representing." So it's a welcome development. So when Nigerians can come out and say, well, let's stand by it to forestall any form of violence, to forestall any form of hijacking or ballot snatching, so they have that right to wait and see. But it's not, like I said earlier, the issue of voter turnout it's a general thing that we're experiencing in some of the states that they are having this election. You also recall that, like I said earlier, about the presidential and the National Assembly election, we have about 93 million people collected the voter cards. And at the end of that particular election, just about 24 million people voted. So, and when you look at that figure, the lowest in the history of democracy in Nigeria, about 26%, compared to what we had in 2019 election, where the presidential and National Assembly election were experiencing about 36% voter turnout. So it calls for questioning, what is INEC doing concerning mobilization, sensitization of Nigerians about you have the right to vote? Some people will tell you that we are not even aware. Don't be surprised that a lot of people got the awareness when there's this statement coming out from the police saying that there will be a total lockdown or restriction in Lagos. Do you understand? It is at that time people were wondering what exactly is happening. Why will Lagos be on lockdown because of just one federal constituency election? Not until the Lagos PRO now came out to clarify that no, the restriction will just only be in the Surulere constituency 1. That's where the restriction will be, and some areas they won't even lock it down concerning Funshaw Williams and the likes.
Well, the low voter turnout is understandable for areas, especially on the plateau where they are facing insecurity, areas like the northern part of Nigeria, basically. That's understandable what you said, but are we not also, merging the duty of INEC and the duty of the National Orientation Agency in informing the people about their rights? And I won't take it past Nigerians that they are not aware that elections will be holding today. You will be shocked about what's going on social media. Nigerians have the information of almost everything. So that's why we have to go back to the National Orientation Agency.
Yeah, definitely. You don't, let me start with the issue of the social media. A lot of people are, especially the young people are there. You don't win election on the social media. All your advocacy can just be on the social media. You cannot win election. You have the right to go out there. When I covered Surulere, there are some young people who were on the street playing football. And the question I asked them is, why are you not voting? They said, why are we voting? They said they are ready to play football. But the National Orientation Agency, like you rightly said, have that duty. Gone of those days that the awareness is everywhere, on the radio, TV, everywhere. But now, what's happening? For me, well, the presidency under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, there should be a reject of that particular agency that will bring more awareness to Nigeria, especially to some critical developments in Nigeria.
Well, finally, before we wrap up this segment, let's talk about your expectations for the outcome of the elections. Since the National Orientation Agency has left their duties to INEC to perform, let's talk about what you expect. Yes, with this low voter turnout. Do you think this will reflect the mindset of Nigerians, the interest of the
well,
people?
For everyone that win this particular election is the mindset of Nigeria. When you don't win, definitely you start saying it's a miscarriage of decision. You start calling on the head of INEC. Well, I keep saying you have that right to go out there and cast your ballots.
Are there actually possibilities for, petitions with the number we are even saying?
It's left for the political parties and the politicians to now see, okay, what are the challenges in this election? Like what our reporters have been covering. I said earlier that we've not had cases of malfunctioning of the beavers. The accreditation and voting went on simultaneously. People are not reacting that, oh, I was not, I've not been able to be captured by the beavers. So for me, whatever be the outcome, enough of all these litigations. Let's just go out there and accept and let them serve for the next 4 years before you come back to make another decision.
Well, for me, I think INEC has done pretty well for this election, railing out ad hoc materials, ad hoc staffs going out as early as possible, no form of violence, and we have not heard any complaints as regards the beavers, papers, or any other thing at the polling unit. But finally, we also expect that results should be coming out later today. We have our correspondent standing by at various areas to, cover this and bring information to us. Finally, Emmanuel, before we wrap up this segment, I also want to raise the concern I raised with the resident electoral commissioner about subscribing to the fact that the Electoral Act should be reviewed. What do you think about this?
Well, with the judgment of the Supreme Court in some electoral matters, a lot of people have been calling that there should be a review of the Electoral Act to accommodate some of the lacunas that we have in that particular Electoral Act. So if that is what Nigerians want, there should be a review of that so that we can have another round of election in 2027, devoid of any form of challenges where some people will raise foul of some irregularities in that Electoral Act.
And that's how much we can take on this segment of the show. Still our special coverage of the rerun and by-elections going on in about 80 local government areas across 26 states in Nigeria. We're staying on this development, and we still have reports coming in. We expect voting to end in certain polling units at about 2 p.m. and some other polling units at about 2:30 p.m. We're staying on this development, and we hope to bring you much updates as they come. I'm Olamide Adeyemi, and I have my colleague with me, Emmanuel Ajayi. Thank you for your time on this program.
Thank you.
Well, I'll be handing over to my colleague Precious Amayo to continue the updates on this program. Thank you for joining us.